Do y'all know what this is? Have y'all tried this? Oh my god. Yo, coconut eggnog Christmas special. Whoa. I said I wouldn't have any till Christmas, but this is a vibe. I'm gonna make a coconut chai tea eggnog with it. Christmas special vibe thing. This is just like, I am kind of ashamed to be drinking out of the carton. So I'm just gonna go and play the intro. But nothing beats tea. Like nothing just beats a tea. Like not even eggnog. But that's why I'm gonna use the eggnog, coconut eggnog, with a chai tea. I think I'm gonna make a Vibe Ting Christmas special video out of it. But bless up everybody. You don't know I am HINDZ, and today in hindsight, I am so glad to be here. It's a blessing, and it's always a vibe to be with the tribe. You understand? I was thinking today about ourselves, like our individuality, like us as individuals, beings. And I'm like, how do we strengthen that relationship with ourselves, right? With like our knowledge of self, our love for self. And I realized it takes sacrifice, right? It takes sacrifice to have a deep relationship with ourselves. But what does that mean, right? Like what would we have to sacrifice to have a deeper relationship with ourselves, right? And it's almost like we had to audit our life, right? Like what is bringing meaning into our life and what's a distraction, right? There's things in our life that are distracting us from having more knowledge of ourselves, from having a deeper relationship with ourselves. And a lot of times this is relationships with others, right? Some of us have relationships with others that actually bring no meaning into our life. We're actually just comfortable. The relationships are quite toxic. Maybe all we do is gossip. And these relationships take us away from ourselves because we do not subconsciously sometimes. Oh my Lord, the eggnog. I'm embarrassed. Sometimes these relationships, subconsciously, I believe that we don't want to deal with the traumas. We don't want to deal with our mind, the negativities that's going on. We don't want to get to know ourselves because there's a shadow there that we don't want to address. But it's very important that we address our shadows, right? That's where the knowledge is actually. I've found a lot of knowledge in my shadow from just tuning into myself and looking at myself dead on within my soul and really understanding who I am at that moment in time, right? It takes sacrifice to have a deeper relationship with ourselves. If we're trying to tap into our true essence and live thy truth, we need to understand our truth. And to have a deep relationship with ourselves, it's going to take sacrifice. Sacrificing certain habits that don't serve us anymore, sacrificing certain relationships that bring no meaning into our life. We bring no meaning to the relationship. It's quite toxic. It's more so just a distraction, taking us away from ourselves, right? I'm not saying you just have to be by yourself, right? You could be with lots of people, understanding ourselves, because people are reflections. We're teachers and students of one another, right? What I'm talking about are the people in our life that are serving as distractions. There's no meaning there, right? It takes sacrifice to have a deeper relationship with ourselves. There's some of us that are in romantic relationships that are not serving us at all, that we need to be out of, because these are taking us away from having a deeper relationship with ourselves. When we have a deeper relationship with ourselves, we can radiate to the world. Our energy will understand ourselves. We'll be able to live our truth. We'll be able to live out our passions. We will be able to just simply be happy because we have knowledge of self and we're rooted in our own being, right? It takes sacrifice to have a deeper relationship with self. There's conversations that we need to have with ourselves to take our relationship with ourselves to the next level. And that sounds crazy, right? Like usually we're saying to like our girlfriends or our boyfriends, like, hey, I want to take it with you to the next level. How are you going to take the relationship with yourself to the next level? What conversations do you need to have that is going to bring it to the next level? What traumas do you have to deal with within yourself to take things to the next level? What is there to heal? Is there anything you're still grieving about? Did you speed too fast through some grief before it offered our healing, right? A lot of times we go through pain and we go through grief, and grief and pain is a natural part of life. Everything grieves. Like even animals grieve. They lose a family member, they grieve. It's just a natural process, a natural state of our life, right? And a lot of us will speed through that process because of the pain. We'll speed right through that because we don't want to feel that sadness or that pain anymore. And we skip out on the healing, right? We brought distractions into our life and we skipped through the grief. Some of us have to go back and grieve that loss. Some of us have to go back and grieve that relationship. Some of us have to go back and grieve that mistake that we made that altered our life. Because this is the quickest way to have a deeper relationship with ourselves, right? It takes sacrifice. And we're gonna have to sacrifice certain things in the moment, certain relationships, certain activities, certain habits to have a deeper relationship with ourselves. If we're truly trying to elevate in 2020, we need to have more knowledge of self. Remain curious, allow our mind and our heart to always be open, because the world is always teaching us new things. And I don't think we ever 100% truly know who we are, because we're shape-shifting every millisecond. You understand? Like we're having new experiences, meeting new people every day that teach us new things about ourselves. So we're constantly learning about ourselves, right? But to have this deep relationship with ourselves is going to take sacrifice. And that sacrifice, I'm going to tell you, is one of the most beautiful sacrifices we can make, because once we do, we literally become light in everybody's life, including our own, right? Literally, people will gravitate towards us. We will have more love in our life. I said on Twitter today, I feel like I'm going to manifest some great love into my life because of all the love I've created within myself. When we make the sacrifices to have a deeper relationship with ourselves, truly love self and create all this love within ourselves, we become a magnet for love. We just bring love into our lives. Like we have better partners that come into our life, romantic partners, friendships, business opportunities, because we're literally a magnet of what we feel inside, and the world is matching that. You understand? So what are you going to sacrifice to have a deeper relationship with yourself, right? And I think all it takes is looking at your life. We know which relationships and which things don't feel good to our gut, right? In our intuition, but we've been ignoring them. And you know what? It's comfortable. I don't want to deal with it. You know, it's a good distraction. Let's get rid of the distractions, right? Some of us maybe have like poor eating habits, or some of us may be emotionally eating all the time, and this is a distraction from understanding ourselves on a deeper level. Every time our being wants to figure something out in our mind, in our heart, and our soul, we go and we binge out on food and stuff those thoughts, stuff those emotions right back down, right? There's a lot of different instances about how we are distracting ourselves from having a deeper relationship with ourselves, right? I really want us to tune in and make the sacrifices so we can all have a knowledge of self. Because I love like when we're in the comments and everyone's sharing their own perspective, and you could just tell like, oh, the knowledge of self is so beautiful here. And then that's how we truly cultivate as a community and grow faster, learn more things from so many different perspectives. Because when we truly start to understand ourselves, I believe we almost start to understand everybody. Even if we completely disagree with somebody, because we innately love self and understand self, we can innately respect another person's decision or idea or belief, even if it's the opposite from our own beliefs, right? This is the beautiful thing of life, because there could be two truths, right? Like I could believe something and you could believe something, and that could be the truth in both of our lives. And this is why we have wars in life. This is why people beef so much, because people do not like to let go of their truth. Because if this is my truth and yours is opposite from mine, well, one of us has to be wrong. No, like both of us can be right. Everybody has their own truths in different ways. And when we innately have more knowledge of self because we made the sacrifice to have a deeper relationship with ourself, we understand this and we just resonate with people and people gravitate towards us. And who doesn't want more love in their life? So I'm not saying sacrifice everybody so you're just with yourself. No, I'm actually saying make the proper sacrifices so you can become a magnet and bring more love into your life, more energy into your life. Oh yeah, we about to rise. We about to rise up, y'all. Yeah. So you don't know in hindsight everything gonna be all right. I may or may not be going and drinking some eggnog after this. But you already know we powered by Ja. And it's a vibe thing. Please comment and subscribe. And I'm gonna say it one more time. Please comment and subscribe, because for the tribe to grow, for this channel to grow, I gotta get on these algorithms, you understand? And your response and your engagement actually helps a lot. So I really appreciate everyone who does. Thank you. There's a lot of videos on the channel. I think there's like 55 videos on the channel, some short films, different type of things. So definitely check those out. Maybe I'll throw them up on the end screens here. And yeah, you don't know. It's a vibe thing.